Hello everyone. So in this video, we'll talk about the three different views of NLP from the beginning till current view, what people are looking into it. Then we'll talk about the representation of word in the form of word web and the challenges what we are facing while we use this word web dictionary. So these are two major things that we'll discuss in this particular video. Okay, so let's go into the detail. So here we have three major views. One is the classical view, second is the machine learning view, and third is the neural network view. So let's see how they came into the picture and how exactly we have looked into that. So the very first view you can say that is the classical view that is based on the knowledge engine view or handcrafted system. So what you are doing in the first view or first way that you are writing the rules by hand, right? And adjust using the error analysis. So whenever some error is coming, you adjust their rules and then write a new rule for that. So what will be needed, you will require an expert who can write the rules for the system. So there should be the quality of that particular expert who understands the domain. Means that particular, you can say if it is a writing rules for medical domain, so that person need to understand the domain along with the system as well, where like who will follow that rule and come with the you can say with a good solution, right? And this particular system was iterative in nature, right? Multiple iteration you are doing and then maybe you are coming with some solution. That is the first view. And the second view, that is the machine learning view. What we are doing in the machine learning view or statistical view, we are first extracting the features from the data or you can say text, then utilizing those features and make them machine learning models, right? That is the, or you can say you have made some statistical models that will solve your problem. And this was up to like 2012 from 1985 or something. Then there was once neural network comes into the picture, while neural network evolved in 2012, then people start looking, can neural network also solve NLP domain problem or natural language problem? And they found yes. So then the third system, the beauty of this third era or the current era, you do not need any expert. This era will extract those features automatically and they will you can say solve multiple challenges in an efficient way, right? So they perform much better operations and looking like as compared to the first era or second era, right? And we utilizing the deep learning to perform that kind of operation. So in this particular in upcoming videos we'll talk about the third era. We'll not focus on the first and second era. Now what is the corpus here? This is very popular word, corpus, in NLP. Corpus is like it's a combinations of, you can say, character, because once characters will clubbed, then it will become word. Once word will club, that will become sentence. Once sentences will club, that will become paragraph. And once this paragraph will be clubbed, that will be the document. Right? So now what we are saying, we will have n number of documents, and once you club them together it will become the corpus, right? Now you can say how will represent the document. So in order to represent the document we can make the dictionaries, right, to represent the word. So what words representing, they are representing their feelings, they express in the writing or in the art, right? So that representation is very important. So you can say that will be signifiers, that is a symbol, and signified, what they are talking about. Or you can say denotational semantics that they are talking about, what semantics they are looking for, what is the meaning of that word, right? That is the representation. What is the meaning of a particular word in that location? Because based on the location, maybe meanings are changing. Right? So that is the utility of the word. But as technology is evolving, there continuously new words are evolved. So initially you can say like a few examples like you justify. Now once you say justify in new era, maybe justify while you are working with the Word, Microsoft Word, justify means maybe it's a right margin. But another time justify means just tell me the justification, or you can say what is the justification of this sentence? Is this is true or not? Right? Similarly, there is a Xeroxed. Might be in a long time back that was nothing, while Xerox machine was not there, while photocopy machine was not there. So new verb evolves. Similarly, there is a digital trace. So you can say in the digital trace is new expression, how you are moving or what different web pages you have traversed, what different apps you have traversed. That is the digital trace of individual person. Similarly, you can say communication. So communication is something like we usually do in the meetings. So if you don't want to sit in the meeting, you pretend you want to talk in the mobile, and while taking this mobile, you can go out. But actually, you are not talking. This is known as communication, heavily used by many other person to just read off the meetings. Then similarly, there is another word that is discombobulation. Discombobulation is like a discomfort while you are, do not have access of internet. Even a person like nowadays, even a kid or a student, if they do not have access of internet even for 1 hour, then they will become very they will not feel very comfortable. They'll say something is missing continuously. This is discomfort because of not Googleation or not available. Google is not available. So they have given this the terminology discombobulation. So it means continuously new words all evolving. And due to evolution of new words, there is a one challenge in this representation in the word net, like how we can evolve them. So one solution is the word net here, right? The word net, like it's a very big dictionary where you have meaning of words, like you have very big dictionary in hand, and then you utilize that. So this is like in there is one very famous tool for NLP. You will see that is NLTK. So NLTK is providing a corpus, that word net corpus, and many words are available. But as I am saying, new words continuously evolving. So these words may be not available. So this will become a challenge. So the problem in the word net is missing nouns. If it is written proficient and written good, so in case of dictionary, they will look same, but actually they are not same. Good means yes, it's just good. Proficient means it's really very good. Right? So feelings are coming with the word, but that is missing in the word net, right? Because they are dealing like okay, both are synonyms, so both are same. Similarly, you can say the correct the context. What is given, that is the only context. So this is really difficult. Difficult to find the context over there. Then similarly, update. How we can make this up to date? Because every day new words are coming, so it is very difficult to update it. And this is very subjective as well. Maybe one persons are saying something else, another researchers who is in the linguistic expertise, they are saying something else. So it is very subjective. What is correct, what is incorrect? Required lot of human efforts, right? And the biggest challenge, this cannot compute word similarity. If I am saying, you can say, this is a good apple, and another time I am saying, this is a good orange. So there is a connection between these orange and apple. And for word wave, these two are different words. So in short, we can say if third sentence is this is a good food, so then food has some connection between orange and apple both. But that is missing into the word web. So in the next video, we'll see how we can come up with a different representation of word so that it will have capability of finding word similarity. Similar words will come together. So this we'll see in the next video.